Now, I was very surprised when I saw that Jaystation had somehow managed to completely, what's the word, outdo himself when it comes to the homeless shit, because everything he's done up to this point, everything, it's just been a clusterfuck. So allow me to quickly break down all the shit he's done since my last video on him.
Every time I'm in the street, I hear.
Now, if you saw my previous video on this, you'll probably see the plethora of comments he left on my video, basically just throwing a hissy fit because he started panicking. Now, when he was trying to disprove my claims, he didn't really do himself any favors by changing the fucking story every 5 comments. Literally, I'm not even kidding. One of them he says his channel got taken down, and the next one he says his channel got demonetized. It was just a clusterfuck. He didn't do himself any favors, and all he did was strengthen my points against him. So sorry, Jay, it's gonna take more than a comment response to stop me. Now with this god-awful video he uploaded, he admits that he finally got a new house. Unfortunately, the math doesn't add up on that.
I'm with my boy Jordan, and we got Ali in the back. I just got a brand new house, guys. They gave me the keys.
The cheapest housing price in America is $66K. Now for these estimates, I'll be as generous as possible just to show you how ridiculous this whole thing is. Now in order to rent that or buy that home apparently, Jay needs to make that amount of money in the course between the videos he made that are between the X video where he says he got a house and the homeless video where he says he has nothing. Now in this case, essentially the money he made, and I'm being as generous as possible as long as there's no interruptions, no falsehoods of any kind, no viewer drop off at any point in the video, he would only make around 14K due to the 5 million views he made between the two videos. Or not really 5 million, I'd say around 7 million views. He'd still only make about 14K from the whole thing, and that's being as generous as possible. Meaning that the other 52K had to be in his possession. And rent for an apartment in America, the cheapest you can get it is around, I don't know, maybe like 1K? 1.5K? It's not that expensive. So, meaning he had access to some form of home in between the span of him buying this house and apparently going homeless. Conclusion of this case, he wasn't homeless, he was heavily embellishing the story so he could garner sympathy from his viewers so they'd watch more of his videos and he'd get more money from them by them clicking and watching ads. And none of your non-existent pinned comments, and I know, Jay, I actually followed your instructions and looked for those pinned comments. There were none in the where you told me the evidence was. So none of your non-existent evidence is going to disprove my claim otherwise. I believe that you faked this or heavily embellished the story just so you could get more views from your audience because of sympathy. Now, just to make sure I nail this point home, because I'm going to need to put as much research as possible into this, because he'll probably just try to talk out of his ass again and use some ridiculously poorly founded excuse to try to weasel his way out of this little predicament he's gotten himself into. I'll quickly give the last piece of evidence where he skipped over a point I made. And it was a very important point too. In fact, it was probably my biggest point in the entire damn thing. I point out the fact that he had a suspiciously large amount of equipment and electricity in use for someone who supposedly went homeless. Going homeless by definition means you don't have a home, meaning there's no possible way to get electricity and stuff to produce so many the many videos you did in between the times when you did your homeless quote-unquote arc. And you just skipped over it. You tried to dismantle everything else I said, and quite poorly at that, mind you, but you just skipped over this one. And I know exactly why. Alright, next point before I, burst a fucking blood vessel. I'm actually pissed now.
What we do here is go back.
Alright, apparently now he's attempted to dabble in the arts of, well, what's the word for it? Commentary videos. His first commentary video appears to be on his favorite scapegoat, DJ Killer Keemstar. And, I would much prefer doing a video on this complete clusterfuck than I would on the X video, because that video has been done so much by everyone that I'll probably just link fucking me Melissa's video on it or something so you can get someone who has a better explanation of it than I would. So yeah, you might be wondering, why is Keemstar Jaystation's scapegoat? Well, basically, whenever Jaystation does something wrong, and he gets backlash for it, he always goes to Keemstar because he's the biggest number, not realizing that Keem is basically the tip of the proverbial iceberg of all the people that have a problem with him and the reason that he's getting backlash. Oh, and if you're wondering what my role is, I keep going behind the scenes and finding bigger YouTubers and informing them of this stuff because, you know, I have contacts. I'm kidding. I showed a bunch of them pictures of your ridiculous comments and they called you a loser. That's about it. Some of them might want to do a video on it, but I don't know. I think the funniest thing about this video, and besides from the fact that he literally messes up exposing the easiest person on the site to expose, I fucking hate that word. I hate these just negative, scathing comments on every single one, and then he likes the comment that isn't even directed at him. And like, there's a few people who are clearly being sarcastic, who look like they're your fans, but they're just joking around. And then there's like everyone else like, dude, you're looking worse in this. Like, you know you screwed up when not even your own fans will defend you. All right, let's start getting to the actual video, cause yeah, it's just fuck.
Last year there was a storm of YouTubers coming out against Keemstar.
No, he put the Wii here video. Oh, this is gonna be good. You can tell he's already lost the argument. He's already lost everything.
Literally every single big YouTuber all got together in a little group and came out to attack Keemstar.
Yeah, you're about 3 years late on this. Literally no one cares about this anymore.
Many of those videos getting millions of views. But
yeah, it's actually kind of funny because the whole thing went from the content cop is literally the only competently done expose on Keemstar. I wonder what this guy's reaction would be if iDubbbz ever did a content cop on him. But you know what? I don't really want to ask him to do that because everyone asks Ian to do a content cop on this guy already. That's not hyperbole.
Guys, right now I need you guys to smash that like button right now. Smash it harder than you would on Keemstar's face, guys.
I'm pretty sure Keem the rat could beat up this rat. I think the most entertaining part of this video is that it is a terribly done, in fact, he screws up at every single turn, commentary video on the biggest rat on the internet. But the entertaining thing is, it's from a guy who literally looks like a rat. Oh yeah, big words coming from a guy who doesn't show his face on camera. Well, number one, I can't afford film equipment, and number two, I just do it because I know it cripples people who, like, their only way of insulting people is by their looks. So I literally just take out half their like, quote-unquote ammo, so it basically just cripples them. Because usually when people do terribly made commentary videos, they usually go straight for the looks. So if I take out that middleman, they have to actually put effort into their writing to actually break down my content. They can't just go straight for the looks. And the best part is there's not a single JPEG of my face anywhere online. So they're like, no one can even look anywhere. That's the best part.
Snake himself has made about 10 videos about me so far. So
yeah, and every single one of them were justified.
I can personally attest to how much of a fucking scumbag this guy really is.
No, you can't. This is probably the worst exposed video ever created on the internet, and it's about 2 years too late.
I mean, I don't really respond to these hate videos, but when a guy makes 10 videos about me, I gotta bite back.
No, the reason you never make response to hate videos is because you can never make a competent response. I think you know this. Alright, you know what? Tell you what. Since, in one of your comments you seem to take offense to the fact that I don't show my face online, I'll make you a little bit of a wager. If you can actually make a competent response to all the videos, and I'll bring up the iceberg picture again, if you can make a competent response to all these people, I'll do a face reveal early. How's that sound? Oh, that's right. You won't make a response video to these. Because everything these people said about you is valid. It actually is actual incriminating evidence against you. You can't bring it up and at all defend yourself from this. Let's just keep going, you know?
I gotta put a man's in check. So guys, before we start the video, please don't hate on me for dissing an old man.
No, the comments seem to take offense to the fact that you just seem to make the worst response ever to anything ever.
So I think it's best we start off with the definition of a hypocrite. This is coming straight from Webster's dictionary. It says, a person who acts in contradiction to his or her stated beliefs or feelings. So when Keemstar makes a video about XXX Tentacion, his friends make videos about XXX Tentacion, but you want to say something when I make an X video, that makes you a hypocrite, Keemstar.
No, the difference between Keem and you is Keem did one video on it, you did two. Keem did a live stream where he and, I think, Friends of X were very respectful to his death and didn't rely on him for the exclusive purpose of money making.
Whole entire news channel is a joke.
3 days after XXX passed away, Michael McCready uploaded 3 videos loaded with ads.
So I guess Keemstar is pissed off that people are actually monetizing these kind of videos, but I went on his channel.
It's funny that you're trying to distance yourself from those people despite the fact that that was exactly what you were doing. Because, I mean, you either got demonetized or you disabled monetization. Because when I first saw the X video, there were about 4 ads in it. He monetized the video as well, so basically, he's just as guilty as everyone he's attacking.
And you've put 1, 2, 3, 4 mid-rolls.
The reason I bring that clip up actually is because that was made right when the X video is still monetized, so it proves everything.
You know, guys, literally, he's got a video called XXX Tentacion Memorial Shut Down the Street, and the video is monetized.
I like how you only showed the first ad playing, because people would realize, wait a minute, that there's a collective 2 ads on this entire video.
This guy is the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen. How could this guy even be allowed to have a news show? So Michael McCrudden can't make a video monetized, but Keemstar can.
Yeah, the rest of this is just complete gibberish where he keeps defending Michael McCrudden, not realizing the fact that literally Michael's videos had about 5 ads per piece and included a brand deal in the middle of one of them. I'm not even kidding. He had a freaking brand deal for vape pens. It's funny because Jay literally always has to blame someone else for his problems. He never apologizes ever. In fact, back when the Suicide Forest thing, where he attempted to copy Logan Paul, he thought his actions were justified and tried to blame Keemstar for the whole thing. That was entirely his fault. You know, Jay has shown such a profound lack of any form of empathy that I wouldn't be surprised if he went full Keemstar and just did an entire rant where he says he doesn't care at all about his subscribers, he's just in it for the money. Another fun fact, when I searched up Jaystation's name on Drama Alert, guess how many videos he did? He had a collective 1 video with his name in the title. Keemstar calls him out on Twitter? Yeah, that's probably more than likely. Keem calls literally everyone out on Twitter. But he's pretty much lying about the 10 videos made on him. Now, it is becoming painfully apparent that Jaystation is simply trying to feed off of drama to get views, because if you notice, his views and subs always seem to flatline until he starts some kind of new drama. In fact, his views and subs flatlined up until he started doing the XXX Tentacion stuff. So basically, he's just a leech who's terrible at making response videos.
I can't make a video monetized, but FaZe Banks, Adam22, and Keemstar can sit down and do it.
Oh, there's the admission that he's monetized. I was worried for a second he was going to try to do something that's not humanly possible and attempt to cover up the fact that he monetizes videos. No, again, what you did, Jay, was litter the video with ads. If you had 1 or 2 videos, it doesn't change the fact that the entire video is basically shitting on X's grave for the sake of views and money. If you included 1 or 2, it wouldn't have... No, it would be just as bad. Even if it was unmonetized, you still made possibly the worst video on YouTube. The disrespect in that video rivals Logan Paul's Suicide Forest. Oh, baby, don't worry. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that documentary in a minute. Oof.
That's right, Keemstar actually went on to FaZe Banks' channel on his show Mom's Basement. They sat down with Adam22 and Lil Xan and had 3 ads on the video.
And among the 2 videos, you had a collective 8. So, I don't know what point you're trying to make with this. Are you trying to act like you're somehow morally superior to him, despite the fact that you're still doing something 10 times worse? The podcast was respectful. Like, it was at least not shitting on his grave.
Guys, the day X died, they were profiting off his death. So I guess Keemstar and Adam22 really think I'm a piece of shit for making a video about X. And I'm thinking, not really, bro. How much videos have you guys made about X? And you know what they tell me? You know what they tell me, guys? He says, I was his friend. You're a piece of shit, and I hope somebody gets your ass for this. I don't think friends try to make money off of their friends dying.
I'm going to spare you the rest of this video because it's literally just him repeating Leafy's points. Like, if you've seen Leafy as Here's video, you'll know what exactly everything he says, because it's basically just word for word a Leafy clone of a video. Look, I'm getting tired of this. I'm going to link every single video in the description. The interview, the I'm Alex video, the iNebber video, and the Memulous video. All of those are going to be, including the FPS Diesel one as well, so I'll include all those in my sources. Make sure to watch those so you can kind of get even more information on this. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and good night, everybody.